Okay, guys. So these are 266 batch that we are going with, and so first 5 days so far, like first 2 days demonstration has been completed. This is the third day of demonstration that we are going with, and I hope everyone have joined in this WhatsApp group. I'm sharing it once again over the chat. So if anyone have not enrolled or someone have missed, you can go ahead and join over the WhatsApp group for any kind of updates over the regarding the session, and if you want to get any kind of updates you can get over there. Okay, so first 5 days will be demo, then thereafter we will be going with enrollment sessions. Okay, so after fifth day then we can we will be actually into the jumping into an actual classes where we will be getting into the concepts about SQL and PLSQL. Okay. So first 5 days it will be demo, and you can reach over regarding any kind of help. You can reach out to support@logiclabstech.com, and also you have info@logiclabstech.com. There is another ID. Okay, and you can contact on these two contact, like you can reach directly on these mobile numbers anytime regarding the help between IST timing, like I can say anytime in sense of like from usual timings like 9 p.m., 9 a.m. in the morning, like IST timings 9 to 8 in the evening. Okay. And there will be a support team who can guide you regarding any kind of questions that you have. And also you can you can sign up, or you can enroll for, you can reach out to the pages, like directly you can reach to the logiclabstech.com website, or you can reach over from the Telegram, Facebook. Okay, Telegram or Facebook or YouTube. There are all the demo videos will be uploaded within in YouTube. Okay, first demo sessions, all you can go ahead and you can get over there. Okay, and also Instagram also we do have, and LinkedIn also we do have. Okay, these and these and 266 the batch, and the batch first 5 days of demo will be on the same timings, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. IST, and then thereafter we will be moving to 7:30 a.m. IST. Okay, 7:30 to 8:30 a.m. IST. Okay, and let's get started, guys. So far, like we have discussed, like we have come across what exactly SQL is all about, and what exactly we have not went much inside in detail about what exactly SQL and PLSQL is all about, but we have got to know what exactly a database is, and how a database will be helping us. And like let's say, for example, we have went with one of the example for let's say with one of the example right yesterday regarding the Amazon page. Let's say let's say if we are working on an Amazon, and if we have to get the details, or if we have to go through the details of the entire project, or to the how exactly the project runs, and what will be the tasks that the project will be carry forwarding. Okay, and as a developer, what are the tasks that the team will be doing? So that we have seen on the high level, but we have not connected all the dots at one area. We have seen how exactly a project performs. That's what we have seen, but we have not connected these dots with SQL and PLC. Okay, let's see that. So how exactly SQL and PLC will be helping us? Let's take one of the example. Let's say, for example, how exactly SQL will be helping us. First thing first is that how SQL will be helping us within a project. Okay, and what kind of tasks that I can do with the help of an SQL. That let's see first. Then thereafter, what is a PLS? What kind of tasks that I can go ahead and do with the help of PL/SQL in a project? Okay, let's see about this. Okay, let's connect the dots with whatever we have discussed yesterday. Okay, and yesterday and day before yesterday session. So I'm not jumping into the topics directly. First, what I'm trying to do is that I'm trying to give an overview first. Okay, so that you will be getting some information here or there. Then after that, we will be connecting everything at one area. Okay, so if I directly jump into the topics, then without any kind of prior knowledge, I know most of the students will not have any prior knowledge. If I directly jump into the topic and if I start explaining, you will not have any of the idea. You will never know what exactly what is the purpose of it. So okay. So for that reason, so I'm just giving first on the high level overview. First, I'm giving dots. Okay. Then after that, let's connect everything at one area. Okay. So that we will have a clear idea what is the purpose of SQL and PLSQL. Okay. Then we can get little bit confidence what is the task that we can go ahead and do, and whether this course will be helping us in future or not. Okay, that is my main motto. My main motto is that not just giving the course. So by just along with the course, the concepts, how the concepts will be helping you at the end within a project, when you sit in a project, how our sessions will be helping you. Okay, how our concepts will be helping you. That is what my motto is. Okay. So now let's get into the concepts of on the high level itself. I will not get in detail again once again. Okay. So we will be getting in detail later, like once we are comfortable with the what outline of what exactly SQL and PL/SQL is all about, what exactly Oracle tasks that we will be performed, what exactly Oracle course is all about. Okay. So then we can directly jump into the concepts one after the other. Okay. Okay. Now let's get into the concepts of SQL first, okay? Then we can discuss about PLC. So we have come across a couple of concepts, like we have come to know something called tables, yes, and something called columns, right? And also we have come to know something called RDBMS, right? Something I was speaking about RDBMS, relatable database management system. Okay. So what exactly these three are about and how these three will be used in an SQL. That's what we will be going to see. Okay. Now let's say, for example, we know that database, we have got to know something about database also. Okay. Now we got to know that in a database, I can store any kind of information. Okay. So I can store something in my database. So before storing something into database, we got to know that there should be a kind of table, right? So within that particular table, I can create couple of columns. I can partition something with the help of columns. Let's say, for example, one of the example that we have come across is order information, right? Order information, like one column will be order number. Okay. Then after that, uh, who is the customer that placed the order? Okay. When it is placed and where it needs to be delivered to the location. Okay. Delivery location. And we have also seen about payment, whether the payment has been done or not, right? These are a couple of columns, let's say. Okay. So we have got to know that we have within a database, if I have to store some information, okay, within Oracle database, if I have to store some information, then the data will be stored in the database with the help of a tables itself. That's what we got to know. Okay. So within the database tables, if I have to store something again, the data needs to be arranged or it needs to be partitioned with the help of a columns. Okay. These are my column names. Order number is one is my column name, and customer name is my column name. When the order, like I can give a specific naming for this. So in general, like we will be giving a specific name because customer. Okay, this will be fixed. Customer name will be fixed. Column name will be fixed. Okay, and when like a date. Let's say order date. This date will be fixed. This is also another column name. Okay. Now again, location. Okay, let's say this has delivery location. Let's consider this as a delivery location. This column name is one which is fixed now in the database within this particular table. and payment information. Let's say payment info. Okay, this is one of my column. Now table name will be fixed, and I have partition. I have given prior to pushing, prior to push the data, like before pushing the data into this particular table, I have created couple of columns saying that when you want to insert data, when you want to maintain a data in my database, my database columns needs to be fixed. Okay, only then I can go ahead and insert the data, right? Else what happens? Data will be inserted in irregular form. So then that will not be in a structured format. Then there is no point of maintaining the data in my database, right? So SQL comes and is meaning itself says that nothing but a structured query language. Okay, structured query language. So before maintaining the data, I have to be prepared that what kind of data needs to be inserted in my database. Okay. Now let's say again, I have fixed that I want this type of columns which I need to insert the data. Okay. Now before inserting again, okay, I got to know I have to create one table where we have a command with the help of a DDL command, with the help of create command, I can go ahead and create a table. Okay. I can give a name to my table name, wherein which within that particular table, I can say these are my columns. And while creating columns, I have to inform, right, to this particular, within this particular column order number, what kind of data that I have to insert. Let's say, for example, if I don't mention what kind of data needs to be inserted into this particular column, sometimes the order number can be like this. Sometimes order number can be like this. And sometimes order number comes in this way. If sometimes if it comes in this way. Okay. And if sometimes if order number comes this way, and sometimes let's say, for example, order number comes in this way. Again, this is also not a specific format, right? So again, this is not in a structured format. So to make sure my data, let's say, for example, if I have to store data, I have to fix what kind of data, like client, what kind of data needs to be inserted, what kind of data needs to be maintained within this particular column. Sometimes, like based on every organization, some organizations, like if you uh, clearly observe the order numbers, some organizations, when they try to deliver your order number, okay, when they try to ask you what exactly, let's say if you have contacted sub support team regarding your order, okay, they will be asking for the order number, tracking number, or some, let's say, for example, order number. Okay, some organizations will be having alphanumeric, let's say, for example, ABC 0193, this format. And some organizations, okay, some organizations will have order number only of numbers itself, and some organizations will have ABC only characters. They will not have any alphanumeric or numbers. Okay, this way every organization has their own kind of numbering system or the order number generation system. Okay, so every organization, so a order number cannot be same for every organization. It can be different for from one organization to other organization based on their client requirement or client dependency. Okay, now let's say, for example, one of my client, let's say, let's consider the Amazon itself. Amazon wants to maintain order number only in the format of numbers, and let's say they want to maintain orders only in this format. Let's say one order, this with this, let's say, okay, sorry, 10002. Okay, after this 10003. No, okay, sorry. Okay, 10003. Now 10004. Let's consider this way. They want their order number generation system. Every customer, let's say, for example, a customer placed an order. As soon as they place an order, their order number should be like this. Okay, so if they want to maintain this kind of information in their database within this particular column, and they don't want to have alphanumeric, let's say for example, by mistake, if order number comes like this, and this order number needs to get into error, or this number shouldn't get generated first of all, okay, by any of the, by mistake or some other mistake, order number should never be created in this format if client requirement is in such a way. Then what we can go ahead and do is that before, while creating the column itself, I can define what kind of data needs to be stored within this particular column. So I can say that my order number column needs to have a data type. This is what we call as, we call this as a data type. Okay, data type should be of numbers itself. If I define my column name saying order number, and the data type defines what kind of data that I will be storing within that particular column. Okay, now if I say my order number column handles only number data type, that means that when you are trying to insert any alphanumeric kind of information or any alphabets, if you enter, it will throw us an error. It will, because this order number column will accept only a number format. Until and unless you give a number, it can be of any number, there is no sequence again. Okay, and it can be dependence on what kind of numbering sequence they follow. Okay, this, only this it will allow. Okay, by mistake if you try to enter order number this way, it will throw an error because this is of alphanumeric type data type, because this order number cannot handle alphanumeric, because while creating this order number, I have given a data type saying that this column order number should handle only number systems, numbers. Okay, the same way I can create, I will be creating customer name, right? While within this particular table, I have created order number, customer name, order date, location, payment information. So for every column, I have to give some kind of data type, because I have to inform to my table saying that this column, okay, this column will handle only numbers, and this column will handle only characters, and this column will handle only date kind of information, and this location needs to be like location needs to have alphanumeric, and payment information needs to have only characters. Okay, so if I have to define what kind of data needs to be handled within this every column, then I have to specify, while defining, while creating a column itself, I will be specifying what kind of data type this column handles. So if by mistake beyond that data type, if you try to enter, it will throw us an error. So by that we will get to know, okay, so now this column, orders column, will be needs to insert, or it will accept only order numbers itself. Okay, so that, so within your organization, let's say for example within a project, I will explain you how this will be helping in a project. Okay, later point, let's complete this first. Okay, now let's say for example customer name. So customer name, usually customer name will have only characters itself, right? I'm not sure, like I have not seen anyone having numbers within their or dates within their name. Okay, but specifically like 99% of the customer names will be characters itself, right? So let's say for example customer name is, let's say for example Manju. Customer name is Manju, and I have to insert within this particular column only characters. Okay, so for that what we can do is that we can define what kind of data type I can go ahead and define. I can go ahead and define where cat2 for this, or character. Okay, so this particular column customer name will be accepting only characters. When I try to give a customer name, when I try to insert a customer name, then it will be accepting only the characters. By chance, if we try to insert numbers or junk value, okay, special characters or junk value, any kind of junk value, it will throw us an error saying that this is not a valid data that cannot be inserted into this particular column. Okay, so all these errors we will be coming across and we will be seeing with when our session starts. Okay, I'm just giving an overview on the high level. Okay, how what exactly the data type is all about and what is a column name is all about. Okay, try to understand for now, even if you don't understand in detail, but try to get some information. Okay, because however we will be getting in detail about this in the later point. Okay, when we actually start our sessions. Okay, now, let's say, for example, order date. So within this particular column, I need to have only dates. Apart from date, I don't want to have any kind of information within this particular column. Okay. So let's say, for example, order date is today, like 31st Jan 2024. Okay. So again, let's say, for example, this order has been created uh, like yesterday. Let's consider this as 30th Jan 2024. Sorry, 2024. Okay. And this order, somewhere, let's say, for example, this order has been created this. Okay. Can I insert? Can anyone guess? Can anyone guess and go with
No,
that?
no, it's not.
Any others? My expectation is that order date column needs to go with date format itself. And while inserting, I have inserted this way for one of the order, this particular order. Okay. Is this okay? Anyone? Go ahead, no worries. I got one answer from one person, one student. Any others? Go ahead, guys. Even if it is wrong, least bothered, I just want to make sure that you guys speak up. Okay. Yes, no. Okay. No worries. It's okay. So when my order date, okay, order date column, if my data type is only date format, okay, it will accept only a date format data. This column will handle only a date format data that I can insert. If I insert apart from date format, it will throw me error. It will not allow to save these records in the database. Okay, so it will throw an error. So what we can do, when I have defined this order date in a date format, on a specific date format, we will be seeing a couple of specific date formats that we do have. Okay, if I specifically say that my date format needs to be of this, it will allow only that date format. Apart from that date format, if you give any of the format, it will throw an error. Okay, now let's say, for example, I want to store date within this particular column. I have to insert only dates. It will not accept any kind of data. It will throw an error. It will throw an error and I cannot save these records. Okay, let's say, for example, if I try to insert like this by mistake, instead of this format, okay, I have inserted like this 26, then say 20, 24, like this I have given. Okay. Okay, like this I have given. Or let's say, for example, 26th, let's say February 2024, I have given this. It will not accept, it will throw as an error. Okay, so when how this will be how this data is maintained, with the help of a data type that I'm giving. Data type is nothing but the format I'm saying to my column, order date column, saying that what kind of data that needs to be stored within this particular column. That is called as data type in Oracle. Okay. So here data type is character. Here data type is number. Okay. So what if I have to store, let's say for example, locations will have special characters, numbers. Let's say for example, number 2. Okay. HBR road. Okay. Second phase. This is how usually locations will be there, right? So when I give number, it will allow only numbers. When I give character, it will allow only character data. When I give date, it will allow only dates. Now, what if I have both characters and numbers? And also I have special characters also over here. Comma comes under special characters, right? And let's say, for example, if I have, so this one. Okay, this kind of data I need to store in my database. Within this particular column, I have to store this kind of data. Okay, let's say for as per my previous example, if I give number over here, it will not allow characters. See here I have characters, right? I cannot save this record. Now let's say for example, if I give characters, I have numbers within this. Again, it will not get saved. So then this will be a big hurdle for us, right? So for that, we have a data type called as varchar2. Where it will accept both characters and numbers. Okay, this is also a data type. Okay, this is a data type which will accept what kind of data needs to, which denotes that what kind of data that I want to store in my column. Okay, now let's say for example, payment information. Now client is expecting only yes or no. So for that, what I can do, I can go ahead with character data type. Okay, good to know. Any confusion within this? Any doubts? Is everyone okay with this? Okay. So how this will be helping? Let's see. Like we have got to know, sir. We have got to know that we have a table. Within that, we have columns and we have data types, and data will be stored based on the data type that I have specified. So how this will be helping us to the project? Not only to us, to the project, how it will be helping us. Now, let's say, for example, if someone, let's say, I want to insert a data, let's say, for example, from somewhere I want to insert, let's say someone have created an order. Okay. While creating the order by mistake, they, some logic have not written correctly. Okay, or else let's say for example, client requirement is different, and now the information what the customer is, let's say for example, while inserting, let's say not, let's do not take about the order, let me go with a different example. Okay, let me go with a different example. Now let's say for example, uh, mm, I went for some application. Okay. Now I went for some application. I want to apply for some, let's say, for example, I want to apply for job. Let's consider I want to apply for a job, and that job is expecting me to enter some details. Okay. Some form, within a form, I want to enter some details. Okay. Now that form accepts the data, right? Whenever I enter some data, let's say, for example, name. Okay. Age. Okay, and date of birth, and now location. Okay, and for which role that you are applying for the job. Let's consider this, and this is the form, and you have a submit button over here. Okay, now when this is my columns, let's consider these are my columns. These are my columns, and this will accept a data. Now let's say for example, when my form, I want to fill the data, right? I will be filling the data. Let's consider this way. Let's say for example, I'm filling, my name is Manjunath. age is somewhere around 30, let's say for example, and my date of birth is somewhere. It's the date format that has been given as a hint over here as a date format. But now if I go uh, beyond that hint, okay, by in hurry, or let's say for example by mistake, or I have not noticed what they are expecting, what is the date format that they are expecting. Let's say for example, they have given me an hint note over here saying that date format should be of dd mon and here this format that they have. But mistake, let's say for example I have entered like this, um, January, or let's say for example 24, okay, September, let's say again I'm given something, let's say 200, or let's say 24, I've given, let's say let me give a better rate. Okay, this way I'm giving 2020. Okay, now location something I've given, and role I am saying that Oracle developer. And when I click submit, this data before getting inserted, before data getting stored in my database, the applicable, let's say for example, I'm applying for one of the XYZ company organization, let's say. This organization is expecting date format, the data, right? For me, who like I'm enrolling for this job role for Oracle developer. So while entering the data is expecting in this format, okay, which everything is fine apart from the date format, which I have not noticed that they are expecting this format. When I hit submit, it will not allow me to submit. It will throw me a pop-up saying that a date format needs to be rechecked. Okay, please recorrect the data. Okay, this is how XYZ organization is expecting the data to be inserted in this format. Okay, date format should be of this format. Now, after looking, I will rearrange the data saying that within the same format that they are giving. Okay. Okay, this format. And now if I hit submit, and this data, whatever the data that I have entered, right, will be sent to this organization's database in this format within a specific table. Let's say, for example, this organization have created a specific column. Okay, just I'm running short of battery. Okay, now this organization have created a table called job application. Okay, applicants, or let's say job applications. This is one of my table. Okay, within a day, okay, how many applications that they have, like this is my table name. Let's consider this my table name, and these are my column names: name, age, date of birth, location, and role. Okay, and now this data will be sitting in the database, in their tables database, in XYZ organization companies table database. They have a table, and these are the columns. Okay, 13, and this information will be sitting over here, and location information will be sitting over here, and role column will be sitting over here. Okay, now they got the data into this particular table. Now tomorrow morning they will come back, or within the specific timeline they will come back. Either they will look for the role, like, okay, we have specific job roles for Oracle developer. Let's arrange an interview for all the applications who have, like all the applicants who have enrolled for Oracle developer. Okay, so what I can do, I can write a specific code. Now I have written a code to save the data in this particular table. Okay, so to save this particular data, I can write an SQL code. Okay, and to insert data. Okay, to create this table, I can write an SQL code For partition of the data, like creating columns, okay. Well, for creating these columns, I can use SQL coding, okay. And to insert data into this particular table, I can write SQL code, okay. And let's say, for example, there are 200 applications that I have received. Now, if I have to see back all the enrollments, okay, out of 200 applications, let's say, for example, I have received 100 applications for SQL developer, okay, SQL developer role. If now, let's say I have to conduct an interview tomorrow and I have to contact them and inform them, right? Tomorrow there will be this one. Let's say, for example, let's go back to 10 years ahead, okay? Not now. Now everything is automated. Let's discuss about how this automation also will be helping us, okay? Let's be back in 10 years backward, okay? Now, whatever 100 applications that we have received, I have to contact them, okay, or else I have to drop them or text message them saying that your application, we have received your application, or let's say, for example, there will be an interview scheduled for you. How do they get to know? Only the Oracle developer applications. Let's say, for example, there are Java applications they would have received. Some would have applied for .NET, some would have received for Python or something. Like, it can be of anything, okay, based on their technology they would have applied. Now I have received 100 applications for, let's say, for example, I don't know how many applications that I have received for Oracle developer also, okay. Now let's say, for example, if I have to conduct an interview for Oracle developer students, or let's say for applications who have applied for Oracle developer role, if I have to conduct a interview for them, how do I get to know how many persons have enrolled and what from where they have applied it for? Let's say, for example, I have another column called contact number, okay. Contact number, I have another column called contact number, okay, which I have missed, okay. And how do I get to know how many members have enrolled for Oracle developers and what is their contact number and what is their contact numbers, okay. And how do I reach out to them? If I have to get all this information, I have to write an SQL code for it, okay. For retrieving the data from the database, okay, I have to write a specific code, okay. So once after I write a code, they will be like, let's say, for example, the HR team reached out to me, okay, saying that, see, we have a table. Within that, we have received a couple of applications. Only the Oracle developer related information team, okay, Oracle developer applicants, I need to get those data, okay. Can you can you write a code to fetch a report only to fetch Oracle developers who have enrolled for Oracle? So what I can do, I can write an SQL code. I can integrate it with the report, okay, so that I can take the extract and share it to them, to my HR team, okay. This is how SQL. This one just a short piece of example that I can say. There are n number of examples that within an organization Oracle developers does, okay, with the help of an SQL. What kind of tasks that we can go ahead and do? Okay. Now let's say, for example, this is one kind of task that Oracle developers does. Now let's say, for example, this thing needs to be automated. So as soon as they click submit, okay. Now let's say, for example, and the data will be sitting in the database. Okay. Now let's say, for example, on 24th Jan, right? On 30th Jan, we have a drive. Let's say, for example, we have a drive or scheduled drive for Oracle team, Oracle enrollments, and for 1st February, okay, we have for Java, and for 2nd February, we have .NET. This is my scheduled, let's say, for example, this is my scheduled time that I have scheduled. So I will be giving a deadline for all the applications saying that before 26th Jan, I want to receive all the applications. So after 26th Jan, there will not be option. This submit button needs to be disabled, or some they cannot. This my job application will not handle the data. Okay, they did. This will not accept the data. Now let's say, for example, some applications have I have received. Let's say 200 applicants I have received. Same example. Okay. Sorry, just now 200 applications I have received, and on 30th Jan I have the drive, right? So I have to automate this, saying that before 30th, let's say on 28th itself, I want to drop a notification to all my applicants for Oracle team. Okay, 2 days prior, 2 days before the interview, I want to get a report, and an email needs to be triggered to all my applications who have enrolled for Oracle. Okay, I have to drop a text message to all my persons who have enrolled, to the students or to the applicants who have enrolled for Oracle. I want to share the text message saying that on 30th, I want to give a notification saying that. So see, this is what the location is. On 30th Jan, you have to. I don't have to do it manually, and this has to be automated. On 28th Jan, okay, I repeat once again, on 28th Jan, 2 days prior to their interview, I want to share them a notification or a text message. I want to give an information them saying that on this day, you will be having an interview, and this is what the location is. Please attend the interview. If I have to do this automatically, okay, I have to write a logic, right? If this needs to be done automatically, let's say, for example, on Java is on 1st February, right? Prior, 2 days prior, let's say, let's consider 29th. 29th, email needs to be triggered or text message needs to be triggered for Java applications. And 30th, I want the automatically an email needs to be triggered for .NET students. If this needs to be done automatically, what I have to do is that I can write a logic with the help of PLSQL. Okay, I can use a PLSQL. I can write a logic with the help of PLSQL, and I can share the information, whatever the things that I have to do. I can automate it. So I don't want someone to sit there, take an extract, okay, take an extract, contact them. All this I don't want to do. If I have to do this automatically, I can write a logic with the help of PLSQL in Oracle, and I can deploy it, and I can make sure that and emails will be triggered, or text message, or whatever notifications will be triggered automatically. Okay, all these can be done. This is a small piece of requirement, I can say. This is a small piece of requirement, I can say. Let's consider this is a small piece of project within a project. If we have to do anything, you can go ahead and do with the help of SQL and PLSQL. Okay. Any doubts so far? Anyone has any questions? Please go ahead and ask, guys. So this is what we will be doing, and this is what we will be first learning what exactly SQL and PLSQL command. First SQL commands we will be learning, and to write the logics we will be going with the PLSQL. Okay, this will be the advanced version. Okay, so this will be the basic. First we will be walking through step by step. Okay, we will not jump directly into the topic on any of the concept. We will not be jumped directly. Okay, we will be first understanding first what exactly the requirement is, how it will be helping us, then thereafter we'll be getting into the concept. So once we are comfortable with the basic concepts, then we will reach out to advanced critical concepts. Okay, so any doubts regarding this, or if you want to know something about this, please go ahead and ask us. No, it's open for you now.
So PLSQL we can use only for automation purpose, or we can retrieve the data also. We can use the PLSQL.
Yes, you can do it for both. No worries. If you want to automate, you can automate, or else if you want to just use it for extraction, you can use it.
But even SQL also we can use it for extraction, right?
Okay, you can
SQL command, SQL query
but
also.
you cannot automate this with the help of SQL. Okay. So if there is any specific tool which is used for automation, then with the help of SQL code, you can automate it. But usually logics and all we will be writing without any external tools. Okay. If client is not ready to go with external tools, and if we have to write a logic, then we will go with PLC. Okay. just by with SQL, we cannot write complex logics. Okay.
Thank you.
Go ahead, guys. Anyone? That's a good question. Anyone wants to ask something, or if you have anything in mind, please speak up, guys. No doubts? Speak up. No worries, guys. It's okay. Even if you have any kind of question, please speak up. That will help others as well. Okay. If no doubts, let's wind up the session. Let's catch up tomorrow on the same time. Okay. But just try to remember that only the demo sessions will be from 8 to 9 p.m. Okay. Then thereafter, we will be moving to 7:30 in the morning. 7:30 a.m. IST timings. Okay. No doubts? If no doubts, we can wind up the session. Let's catch up tomorrow on the same time. Okay.